Welcome to the Mound at Sinsinawa, a beacon of peace, beauty, and faith for southwestern Wisconsin and beyond. A place of rich history, sacred to diverse Native peoples, and revered by trailblazers and visionaries. A land deeply blessed, from where thousands of women have gone forth to preach and teach the gospel as Dominican Sisters of Sinsinawa. Sinsinawa is both home and final resting place for many, the place where this story began 175 years ago. The story of the Dominican Sisters of Sinsinawa begins with a young Dominican friar from Milan, Italy, Father Samuel Mazzuchelli, who answered a call to join the Dominican Order of Preachers at age 17, and in answering that call, boldly responded to the needs of the Church on the American frontier. The young friar came to the United States and was ordained a priest. He then lived out his vocation by spreading the gospel, building churches, and founding faith communities throughout the upper Midwest. Unique among these foundations was the Sinsinawa Dominican congregation.
He was called to come down this way to this influx of Irish and German Catholics. The two biggest towns, if you will, were Dubuque and Galena, and the mound just happens to be right in the middle. When Jones, the gentleman who squatted here, he took the land, he never bought it. He just planted himself here to make a fortune in the lead boom. Father Samuel was in Galena, and he was trying to get to Dubuque, and he thought, was there a faster way than the river? The story is that Jones said, yes, I'll give you a ride all the way to Dubuque if you will come to my place and say Mass for my wife. That's how Father Samuel saw the mound. He had this view, he had this vision. There are apocryphal stories of him stepping out of the carriage and just saying, this is the place. And 3 years later, he bought it from Jones.
Father Samuel obviously had a dream when he found this place and thought it would be a great place for a new province of Dominican friars, and really started with a men's college. The friars talked to each other about this possibility, this idea of organizing groups of women who might do these ministries.
He knew the sisters in Kentucky. He was aware of what the sisters could do, so he wanted to do that here at Sinsinawa. 2 women came to him to say they were interested. Other women came. It was 3 and 5 and 4 and 6. But by 1849, the sister who had been the leader said, we're not going to make it. We're too poor. We don't have enough people. It's not going to survive, and I'm leaving.
This is February in Wisconsin, so it must have been really uncomfortable anyway and cold, and here the 2 people that were supposed to be leaders were bailing on this project. It must have been very unnerving and frightening for them, I would think.
The genius of Father Samuel, he founded the sisters, guided them, wrote the first rule for them, but he never told them what to do. And what he said was, it's whatever you decide. Clara Conway, who was the oldest in religion, we would say, for some reason said, I think we should abide by the decision of the youngest.
It was Rachel who said, in the name of God, let us remain together in our present community. That was monumental, not only for the women of this region, but throughout, as it will be, the United States and beyond.